in, G. People been waiting on you all day. Why you gotta wait, nigga? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, come one, come all. Yeah. Yo, G. I see y'all coming in. Hey. True is a member, y'all. On the Gene Deal Show. True is a member, y'all. Yeah, True is a member. He's probably one of my youngest. Shout out to Dage over there. My little goddaughter, Dage. How you doing, mama? And her mom, Kim. True is her little son. He's my youngest member to the Gene Deal Show. How y'all doing out there, man? I've decided to do a glass show today, and I want to talk about something that had to do with relationships. So that's why I put grown folks talk only. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about some grown folk shit. Hey, honey butter, I want to thank everybody and do a shout out to Miss Bessie, who is sponsoring this show. She wanted the Glad show. So she said, Mr. Deal, I want a Glad show. I said, why you want a Glad show? Because that's some grown folks talk. And I'm as grown as they get, so I thought I'd do some grown folks talking today. And I want to talk about, let's say, have you ever had that individual in your life who thought they knew you or say they knew you, but they really don't know a damn thing about you? Can I get some hands up in the chat if that's true, or you ever been into a situation like that? Hey, Jackie Run. Tim Marie say 100%. Yes, true, of course. Yup, Ernie C. Look at Libra. Libra Queen got the assignment. Ernie C got the assignment. He put the thumbs up, the hands up. Someone said, I'm late. Ask the question again. No. Come on, I'm late. Ask the question again. You better go get a pregnancy tape if you think you're late. I can't help you with that one. No. If you ever been in a relationship or you knew people who say they know you, but they really didn't know shit about you, or they really don't know the person that they think they know, they don't know. Have you ever been caught up in some shit like that? That was the question. Crazy. Oh, it's crazy. They say, I thought you was cool. You thought wrong. Well, the reason I want to talk about that type of relationship with that type of person and everything like that is that when people become that judgmental and really want to say that they know you and they really haven't been with you or been around with you like that, it causes a rift and it causes a problem in you getting to know that person, because they want to use what they have learned about other people and judge you upon that. And that's not fair at all. That's not fair at all. What happens is that I found out as a man is that we have a lot of women out here that are truly broken, truly fucking broken. We got a lot of good women out here that are broken. Oh, before I get into this, because I want to tell y'all a story about KAYSLAY, because I put rest in peace KAYSLAY, and that's going to be the last story of the night. Is going to be about me and Kay relationship, because we was like big brothers and stuff like that ever since 98, 90, I say around about 98, 99. All right. It could have been 97. 96. I would say 97. Yeah, around 97. I started driving for him in probably 98 then. But let me get on to this thing. Is that we have a lot of women out here that are good women that are looking for half decent men. They not even looking. If a nigga got a job and he know how to bring his check home and he not abusive, they will work with you. Did I say something wrong, ladies? Look at 12 stuff. She's 12 start talking shit. My grandma used to say, hard head make a soft ass. My grandmother used to say that shit when she's beating the shit out you. Okay? I'm so much of a motherfucking clown, this motherfucker is on my show. Who the clown? Your mama. For having your retarded ass. Yeah. Elizabeth Candy said that's true. These women out here are just looking for somebody to meet them halfway. Meet them halfway. But a lot of us can't meet them halfway and won't meet them halfway because of that old baggage. Green eyed, love, love, love. She said, all I want is love, love, love. We all do. We all do. 12-star, yeah, there's men, you got to bring there's men out there going to bring their emotions and their relationships into from old relationships too, but not much as so as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because when a man is looking for somebody, they automatically are looking for peace first and not just a piece of ass. Not just a piece of ass, they're looking for peace first. When you get to a certain age, all you really want is peace. A lot of times you think you can heal that broken heart before you move on, Ernie, but you can't. And sometimes people help you mend that broken heart. I got a brother, Rock, Will Robinson. He's overseas. he don't even deal with American women. You know what I'm saying? Because he tells me that they lost their femininity because of all these different. I'm a boss bitch. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? I got my own money. I got this, that, and the third. You understand? And they always come with a lot of drama. He said overseas, and what I'm talking about, he stays in the damn Philippines and Colombia and DR and all that other shit like that. And women know why these men go to those places. I'm trying to read the chat. Psychotic ascendancy. He says a lot of it's a lot of lost men in this world too, bro. But I know men when they get a certain age and they ain't gotta be in the club, they ain't gotta hang with their boys and shit like that. They want peace. They away from the drama. If you got drama and you accusatory and always coming at a man a certain way, that man is not going to want to be with somebody like that at their age. They just rather just be in the street, I guess. Patty Brown, good evening, Mr. Deal. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the first 10 calls from women who want to have a discussion about 2 minutes with me on why they think that all men is bringing baggage to the relationship, or what kind of baggage they bring where they can't be with that individual because of what he's bringing or not bringing into the relationship. And you clear? Are people clear on what I'm asking? I'm asking you that. What is it that makes you want to accuse a man or be at a man? And I want y'all to be totally honest that you can't get over your past relationships because it's something about this individual that reminds you of your old relationship that you got to get at him and basically fuck up his life. And that number will be, can you post that number for me? I post the number right there, 201-969-6168. If anybody got any questions and they want to speak on that, we can. And if y'all don't want to speak on that, We can go straight to the KAYSLAY story. Because the fellas want to know. And my phone is fully charged. 201-969-6168. Somebody dialed the wrong number because I heard my other phone go, what you call. I'm only taking the numbers from 201-969 number.
Hello.
Hey, this is Gene on the Gene Deal Show. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, Gene. This is Lana. My name is Lana Hayes.
Hey, Miss Hayes, how you doing? Where you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. All right.
Yeah.
I spent time in Detroit. I like Detroit.
I don't. I'm ready to go back to Georgia.
You don't like Detroit?
I hate it here. I just want to go back to Georgia. I can't wait.
Why did you go to Detroit in the first place, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm from Detroit, and I had to come back home to help my daughters, but that's a whole nother story. So okay. I'm going back to Georgia.
All right. What part of Georgia you going to?
Back to Gwinnett County.
Okay. Well, you already know you got the county picked out and everything. Okay.
Yes. But I love your show, and I'm calling to say that it's a lot of people don't get over the first relationship before they jump into another one. So there are, taking the old relationship into the new relationship, and the guy has to suffer. I was in 2 abusive relationships, and I was young, and I had to step back and say, well, I had to choose differently, and I began to pray, and I started to ask the Father for my husband, and he blessed me with my husband, and he accepted my 6 kids I had already, and we've been together for 28 years come September 9th. So I think you have to really analyze your relationships, and you can't, judge the other man, the new man, like you did the old me. And it's a lot of, you have to have communication, and you have to have trust, but you get all that by praying and putting the Father first in your life before you get into a relationship and think it's going to be, different, because you can't continue to go in circles if you don't stop and look at yourself, judge yourself first before you start judging another person. And that's what I have to say. That's how I, saw my husband. Right. I prayed for him.
All right. And then a lot of times is that I've heard people say that before, and that you put yourself in a situation where that you don't be going to the club looking for a man, you don't be going certain places, if you put it in God's hand and put prayer behind it and been willing to accept the individual who they are, you understand? And if that person is willing to work with you and deal with you, no matter what your circumstances is, either that, he took the fact that you had 6 kids already and say, yo, this is still a good woman. They may not see what I see in her.
Mm-hmm.
Or either you just had the goody good, you know what I'm saying? He was like, whoa, she got the good, whoa, Lord. I'm not going nowhere.
But Gene, I'm telling you, I had pancreatic cancer.
Oh my God, God bless you.
He was right by my side. He didn't leave me. Mm-hmm. Me and him, we became homeless together. We slept on the street together. Wow. I'm telling you, this man is a ride or die. And me and him, we are like best friends. It's just, when you take those vows, sickness and the health, for better or worse, to death do you part. Those vows are so true when you take those vows. And a lot of people don't think that is true. People go and get married just to say they got married, but you're going to be tested on those vows. And I mean, we met when we were kids, and we didn't realize we met until we got older. We had met when we were like 9 and 7, and the Father just brought us back around to each other. You know, the Father, the Lord is real. That's all I can say. The Lord is real.
Okay, sweetheart. Well, thank you for your comment. I really appreciate that. And that was a great story, man. All right?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for talking to me, and bless all the listeners.
All right.
Okay.
Now, the person from Salt Lake, Tahoe, we're calling you. It says Salt Lake City, Tahoe, I guess. Hello? They're not picking up now. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, this is Big Gene from the Gene Deal Show. Who am I speaking to and where you calling from? Hi, Maria.
I'm calling from the South Lake Tahoe area in California.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. What's your comment? What would you like to speak on?
Well, I just want to say that I feel that women need to work on themselves in a sense where they need to learn to love themselves, because when you walk into a relationship and you don't love yourself and you're insecure, you expect a man to validate you. And I learned in my old age that if you don't love yourself, you can't expect a man to love you. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Because I hope to God that I find a man that loves me as much as I love myself.
Right. Well, do you love yourself enough to love a man much as you love yourself?
I think I'm getting there. I can't say that for 100% sure, because I know that I still have work to do on myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand, and I say this all the time, and people like say I'm out of my motherfucking mind, you know, to be totally honest. I believe a man's supposed to love a woman more than a woman loves a man.
I know. That's what somebody told me in the past too. An older woman told me that a man should always love a woman more than a woman loves a man. That's totally true. I've heard that.
And I learned that, and because the thing about it is that, and I tell guys all this all the time. I say you don't love game or relationship shit from a man. You learn it from a woman, and when you learn it from a woman, you be able to understand what you need to have for that woman. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your comment. I really appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. Okay? Have a great day.
You too, Mama. Appreciate you. LaDonna, thank you for that super chat saying hi, Gene. We call in Philadelphia right now. Let's see, can we get Philadelphia on the phone?
Hello.
Oh, yes, this is Gene Deal, Big Gene from the Gene Deal Show. Max, who I'm speaking to, where you calling from, and what's your question?
My name is Ernie, but everybody calls me Ernie. And I'm from Philly.
Okay.
South Philly.
All right. Hi, Ernestine.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, Big Gene.
What's going on, Mama?
So the question that you had asked about relationships, mine is similar to the other young lady. Back in the 80s, I was in a 2-year bad relationship, domestic abuse. Now, I'm gonna be fair about things. I had my mess with him. He had his mess with him. And, you know, that was during the era crack. So we both was pregnant. But at some point, and I had a daughter. I had a daughter. And at that time, she was staying with my mom. But after a while, and he broke my soul. That's the first man that ever broke. I had been broken. So eventually, with that last getting beat up, I had made up my mind I was going to leave. So I left. And so me, I got emotional. My heart was hurting. My soul was hurting. So I took some time to heal. And that was the first time in my life I was like, I don't want to deal with no man. So I started studying. I became a Jehovah's Witness. And that's where I met my husband. And we got married in 91. Now, when I first came in 87, because I got baptized in 87, I still wasn't thinking about no man. It was just about getting myself together. But as time went on, I felt better, started feeling better.
Hello? Can't hear you. Hold on. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said you start feeling better.
I started feeling better and healing. And I lost some weight and looking good. And that's when I met my husband. And we got married in 91. And I've been married for 34 years. And through the highs and the lows. In the beginning, when I came into my marriage, I did bring in that baggage. I did. I'm treating him the way I was treating the ex. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. I checked myself. And I checked myself, and I said, you know what? And I stopped that way of thinking. I stopped that behavior.
Did you think that you knew him, and you was you accusatory? You knew him. You thought that you knew him, like I know you doing this. I know you doing that, or you know how some women, because certain men cheated on them or did certain things to them, they always try to throw that at the new man.
No, I didn't. I don't come that way. That's not my makeup. Right. I just came with abusive, defensive type of attitude. Right. And my husband was a whole different. He's not a street guy. He's a whole different kind of man. Right. And so I realized, I really did. See, a lot of times as women, we try to act like we don't know what's wrong with us. I knew what was wrong with me. So when I checked myself, then it went better between him and I. Because when you first meet people, y'all have to get to know each other. Living, being, dating and being married and living in the same house is two different things. Mm-hmm. That's two different things. So, fell in love with this man. And this man fell in love with me. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that marriage is perfect. But the highs and the lows. And when you get to the highs, you laugh about the lows. And before you know it, 5 years, 10 years. So I'm just saying, June, I like your style. Got a little filthy mouth, but
I got a what? I got a what?
Filthy.
A filthy mouth?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I'm joking with you. Because you know what?
I don't filthy mouth. I brush my teeth. I gargle. I use white strips and I use dental floss. My mouth ain't filthy.
So funny. No, but you know what? I don't think you talk to your women like that. I don't know you, but I like your style. I like your style. I hear where you're coming from. I like it. 100%. So I don't think you talk to your women.
No, I'm not. I'm not a verbal abuser.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, before I get off the phone, you ain't nothing but a teddy bear for real.
Oh my God, you gotta go now. That was call from Philly. Yo, that was the call from Philly, y'all. We gonna go right now. She talking about teddy bear and all like that.
Teddy bear. You ain't met the right one. She ain't pushed the right one.
Oh my God.
Okay. It was good talking to you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate your call.
All right.
All right, all right, later. Stop it, Jersey Rick. Ain't nobody getting hit on over here. You heard that lady say she was married for 31 years. Like, who we got? We got some other calls. That's it. Oh, we just had 3 calls today. Well, that's cool. That's all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get to this KAYSLAY story, man. Since we ain't got no more calls. Any other time they lining up. If I was talking about some Diddy shit, or if I was talking about some industry shit, they'd have been blowing up the whole line. You understand? But this is a Glass show, Gene, late after dark, and we're talking about relationships, and we're talking about people who are bringing uh, their old relationships into their new relationship. My man Khalid, hold on. Hey, this is Big Gene from the Gene Deal Show. We're talking about relationships today and people bringing their old baggage in there and thinking they know somebody or saying they know it, and they bringing the bullshit to the table. What you got to say?
Well, I was married in 2005, man.
Who is I? Who is I? I was married 2005 and all that stuff like that. I mean, tell the people who you are, where you calling from, brother.
It's Caleb, this nephew from out of Indiana, Indianapolis. Hey, G.
Kaylee, what up with you, boy?
Nah, man, just chilling, man. I want to tell the family story.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I got a couple kids. I ain't gonna tell how many, but I got a couple kids. I've been knowing this young lady since I was 14. She was 12, and should we get married? I get hurt. I get an injury, so we get married during the injury, and she was taking care of me, June. You know, I was very appreciative. But then it's like we had got this crib, and it seemed like when we got this house, she kind of got the big head, and she got to acting a little like I don't want to say arrogant, but just a little different. We was living good, and we was eating good before that. We had a little apartment, you know what I mean? Had a couple kids, but my little injury we was living good, June. And it just like I just was confused about the whole thing. I never asked her, but it's like when we got this crib, man, nice little brick house, you know what I mean? And we got this crib. She just got the big head, and just shortly after that, we got a divorce. So I moved on, bro, and she would just start kind of like looking in the mirror, looking into myself, and trying to see if it was my fault. How can I correct it? How can I better myself? So what I've been doing is looking inside of myself and bettering myself. I've been writing. I've been working out. I went to therapy. I've been doing all these things to where the next relationship, even though I've been knowing her for a long time and have kids with her, the next relationship, I know I'd be a better person if it was me. I just wanted to share the family that, you know, and some people call it shadow work, because sometimes you just got to spend time with yourself to get to know yourself, get to know who you are and become who you supposed to be, and like let God handle the rest. You handle your part, let God handle the rest. And that's why I'm able to call in the Gene Deal with this confidence that I have and tell the story, because it's a story to inspire. You know, I think we are here to inspire, and like yourself, Gene, you inspire us. So I just want to call in and tell this little story. We don't hate each other, nothing like that. You know, we don't communicate that much. My kids are adults, so we got through that part. But it just like, I just thought, you know, if it was me, what, you know, what did I do? And I had all these thoughts in my head. Okay, well, fix this, fix that, fix this. The only thing I'm working on is to regroup from my injury. And that's the only thing. Once I get that, I think I'll be balanced, Gene. I just want to call and say that, big brother.
All right, man. I appreciate the story and everything like that. And what that story does do, it inspires people to know that, listen, you can't always blame somebody for what you think they are. Right. You have to look within inside yourself and see what you are. And that takes a very strong individual to look at themselves and say, maybe I need to correct something with me.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I'm not right.
Yep.
You understand? And
Yep.
but you know, the problem that a lot of us have is that we don't want to be attacked. And when somebody's constantly attacking you and saying, you this, you that, I know this like that, and you could be an individual that you is not even on that like that, you know, but because people think that they know you and they want to know you, they want to assume that you are something that you're not. And that's what when people start attacking you, you get you get defensive, or you might say, yo, listen, I ain't gotta go through this bullshit. The fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And especially when you're sitting home doing nothing.
Right.
You understand? You sitting home doing nothing, and then you know you got to go. Where you at? Where you been? Why you call? Why you do like that? A man wants his peace first. You understand? And that's what I'm trying to tell the women out here. You know what I'm saying? Know your man to the fact that you know the first thing that they want is their peace.
That's how we. That's in our DNA. And two. You said it. It's like I did everything by the playbook. I did everything correct, and then towards the end, I was accused of cheating. And what's up with my little homeboy, girl? They used to bring me home from work, and his girl, and his kids came around there to talk to my old lady and let them know, like, yeah, I'm not even cut like that.
But I wouldn't even have that, man. Anytime somebody got to come here and tell a woman something about me or get involved in like that, you boot them, get them out of here. You understand?
Yeah, I just was trying to keep the marriage. I was just trying to keep the marriage.
I hear what you're saying, man, but it's gone at that point.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And that's what people got to understand. You got to know when it's gone, when it's over with, when it's done with. Stick a fork in it. Get out of here. KAYSLAY, Sarah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I snuck right up on out of there. I figured it out. I peeped game. Said, okay. Saved up a couple dollars for a couple months. Got right up out of there, man. And I'm glad though that I went through that, because, like I said, I got the chance to find myself.
Right.
You know, I always knew myself, but I had a chance to kind of look in the mirror a little bit more and be like, okay, if it was this, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna make sure it ain't the money. I'm gonna make sure it ain't this. I'm gonna make sure I'm checking all the boxes, big homeboy.
Right.
I just want to call in and let you know. Okay.
Thank you, Khal. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go to.
All right. Always.
Yes, sir.
All right, later. Peace.
Right, peace. I'm gonna go to one of the moderators. That's Honey Butter. Let's see what Honey Butter got to say on the stage.
Hello.
Hey, yes, this is Gene Dill from the Gene Dill Show. Listen, I'm speaking to.
My TV down.
Okay. Anybody that's calling in, please turn your TV down. Yo, don't you know that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I found out today because I'm learning a little bit more about the YouTube.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Hold on one second. I found out that I have. It's 31% of the people that come see me and come hear me speak here on this YouTube stuff are not subscribed to the channel. Can you please push the button and subscribe to the channel? If that's the least that you can do, you understand, if you're coming here and you're associating with the chat. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Miss Honey Butter. What's going on with you?
What if a woman tells a man before they get in a relationship, I know I'm damaged, and she knows what if she can say, I'm damaged because of emotional, or I'm damaged because of domestic fighting.
All right, see, then
that's deal with a relationship like that.
Right, but see, that's the man who have to say, well, you know, if you're damaged, let's go to counseling together. Let's see what that is doing and how that's going to affect us and being into a relationship. You understand? If a woman tells you, okay, I know I'm damaged, I know you may be damaged and everything like that, but I like who you are. I like what you can give. I like what the things that you do. So let's go to counseling together so that, start off, go to counseling. You don't wait till you get in a situation to go to counseling. If you know both of y'all are damaged, y'all can have a date. We're going to go to counseling and then we're going to go out to eat or something like that. We can do that once a week. And we can sit down and see how we make each other better and make ourselves better. But that's up to you and that individual that want to be there for you and with you. It's all right to start off a relationship, y'all going to counseling. Hello?
I'm still here. I'm thinking, yeah.
You got quiet on me.
I like that.
You got quiet on me.
I like it. I like it. I really do.
All right, it's all right. That could be a date. That could be a weekly date or a monthly date or something that y'all do. But y'all working on getting better for each other. Because y'all know that, especially when you get in the age and you in your mid 40s and you 50, 60 years old, listen to me. You have lived more time that you're going to live. So you got to make this rest of your life your best life and not give up and give in to all this other bullshit.
That's true.
All right?
Yep.
Okay, Miss Honey Butter.
Mm.
And why they call you Honey Butter? Because you got honey butter?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Get off my phone. Take care, Miss Honey Butter. All right? Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me get to this story, man. KAYSLAY became one of the hottest hip hop DJs throughout the country. He was the artist that would break a lot of New York artists, a lot of artists down south, East Coast, West Coast, everywhere. He became the street DJ. You know what I'm saying? He became the DJ to the streets. Anybody who wanted to get on, 9 times out of 10, they would come to KAYSLAY and K would pass them to other DJs like Flex, Funkmaster Flex. There's plenty of DJs it was plenty of artists that KAYSLAY passed to Funkmaster Flex, right? I just did a whole chapter in my book on KAYSLAY, and it took me about a month and a half to write it because I would say I was one of the closest individuals to K. One, he shared a lot of stories, a lot of information with me. He had a relationship with my little niece, and he took care of his daughter, Dejana. He claimed to be his daughter, Dejana. I'm going to say that. K was a good dude, and he was controversy in a whole lot of shit. And he was a one man, what I'm saying is empire. I don't know what it was about him that he could have had a lot of different people doing the things that needed to be done, but K would learn how to do the stuff like run a magazine, make a magazine, and then he'll get all the information, then he'll put it together himself. He'll hire people maybe to do some of the structural work, but he did a magazine. He was doing promotional parties. He did a clothing line. He would do all this shit himself, man. And he could do everything that he wanted to do except drive. That nigga wouldn't and couldn't drive it. I don't know what and why he had a problem with that, but he wouldn't drive nothing. I remember Shaq gave him a Phantom, and he couldn't take it. He wouldn't take it. I said, shit, I'll go down there and drive that motherfucker back to New York, and I'll drive it. That's what I'll drive you around. Nah. So Kay and I traveled throughout the whole country. I mean, like, people will hire him. It used to be me, him, and uh what's my was it Mato? It wasn't Mato. It was what's this? I got it in my book. God, I can't believe I forgot his name. It was me, him, and uh God, he's either late or I'm getting old as fuck. Um, I know it begins with an M. Well, whatever. It's gonna come to me. We all used to just go to, they used to pay K anywhere from 3 to 5 thousand for 2 hours of work to DJ. We would drive them to Detroit, drive them to Miami, drive them to North Carolina, just everywhere, all up the East Coast, Boston, uh, Syracuse, New York. I drove him everywhere. St. Louis, Missouri twice. I used to uh, drive K to all his shows because at one time he didn't drive. I remember one time these people offered K $25,000 a show overseas to go on tour. They was going to give him $25,000 a show, and it was an overseas tour. And they was doing a European tour, all the cities and everything like that. It could have been 20, 30 cities. And he wouldn't do it because he didn't want to fly and go overseas. Can you believe somebody offering you 25? Nigga, I'll knock you the fuck out, go to sleep, and when you wake up, you home, you in London. They was offering him $25,000 a show. But because at one time he was scared to get on a plane, he wouldn't do it. Now, he wasn't the only one who was like that. Fat Joe used to be like that. Kid Capri used to be like this. All these guys used to hire tour buses because they were scared to fly. Squirrel first, what up? What year were what? I think I've been dealing with K ever since 97, the end of 97, 98. Hold on, I gotta find this dude name. Call Rocky. Got his name. Hey, what's the guy name that used to bodyguard KAYSLAY with me? And his sister. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. Right. All right. I'm doing the show right now. Thank you. Right. Mingo. It was me and Mingo. Ooh, I knew it began with an M. Somebody said the fear of flying is real. Yeah, it was Mingo. That shit was getting to me. God bless the dead with both of them. So Mingo dropped out because Kay was uh, getting larger than life now. We was there from the jump street when he was did the Alpo thing. That blew him up crazy when he did the Alpo mixtape, and Alpo explained why he killed Rich Porter on that. That was crazy. So K was just blowing up. So Mingo was still with the streets, you know. Mingo was the type of dude that if you even breathe hard around K, he was going to come at you in a certain way that he made you have to pull your gun and do something. And K didn't want anybody to be reacting or be like that because it would have fell back on him. So Mingo couldn't correct that about himself. So K had to stop dealing with him. So that's why uh, Mingo stopped going every place with me and K. Yeah, Skrilla first. He did that Alpo mixtape, which you know when he blew that shit up, where Alpo explaining, you know why he did that shit to Rich. Out there in Shreveport, Louisiana, Dewana Wesley, what's going on? Your hubby talking about say hello. Man, why you want me to say hello to your wife? And then you sit up there and be talking about, yeah, you see how Big Gene said hello to you? Then you want to do something to Big Gene. You want me to say hello to your wife? Hey, Dewana, what's up with you? How you doing? What's good? Oh, I ain't tell you to say that, Big Gene. No, yo, Ozzy, I'm just playing, man. You the one told me to say hello to your beautiful wife, Dewana. Hey, Dewana, what's up with you, mama? What's good? Oh, nah, we ain't doing that. No Diddy. Yo, I'm just playing, Ozzy. All right, what's going out there in Shreveport? Denise Jackson said, yeah, we was treacherous back in the day. Yeah, so me and Kay used to go everywhere. Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a strip club from Philly to Jersey, everywhere. That he did, anywhere he did a show, 9 times out of 10, I was there. Got you, Born Divine. I'm going to call you, cuzzo. What up with y'all? Y'all go like and subscribe to Born Divine Almighty at BTB TV, King of New Jersey. Yes, sir. So now, um, K had blown up where he had signed this contract with Hot 97, whereas that he could play any artist and anything. He had creative control over his channel. From TikTok. Yeah, K had creative control over his channel. He had creative control of his channel. So that means that um, that meant that you know anybody in the streets, anybody coming up, K could play them without having to talk with the station and get permission to pay to play those individuals, which um, had him be able to do mixtapes and mix shows, bring people up on the platform. He was getting a lot of money in doing that shit also. Yes, he was Arthur Goldstein. He was the head nigga in charge. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. Now, Black Hands Entertainment, Chaz Williams. If y'all seen American Gangster by BET, they did a series on Black Hands. So Black Hands was the people who was matching with Puff and doing parties here in New York City. They partied if it, a Black Hands party was like a Diddy party, as far as what I mean, the regular parties that we was going to in the nightclub, right? So Black Hands could give a party, have 2,000-3,000 people trying to get in the party. Diddy did the same thing. So Chaz was getting out the party promotion thing and wanted to get into the music business. He had did the soundtrack and the record called Black Gangster, and that was a compilation album that they had DMX, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, Donnell Jones. I said DMX, Graph. They had a couple of more artists on that joint. Mac 10. That Black Gangster album was crazy. He had all those different artists on there. And Chaz was trying to get into the music business, but he didn't know KAYSLAY. And I was head of Chaz Black Hand Security. So one day me and Chaz was, shout out to D, Della, and Ella for giving me these handkerchiefs that wipe all the sweat away. So I was working for Chaz, and we was gonna do a party at the Mirage and everything. So one day we was driving around the city, and this was going to be our last party because Chaz was trying to get his artist hooked up with KAYSLAY, but he didn't know KAYSLAY at all. So we were driving uptown, and Chaz said something about, man, we never gonna break the streets unless we get in touch with this dude. And he didn't say no names at first. He said, yo, he was asking Bones. Shout out to Bones. He said, yo, Bones, yo, you ain't getting no word on old boy at the radio station? Bones said, nah, man. Somebody tell me he got a lab uptown, but nobody knows how to get in touch with him unless you go down to the radio station. You know what I'm saying? So I think I said, what radio station and who y'all trying to get in touch with? He said, man, we trying to get in touch with KAYSLAY. And I was like, KAYSLAY? I said, for what? He said, I want him to break our artist. If you got an artist and he's from the street, if KAYSLAY don't put his stamp on him, you know, he ain't going nowhere, especially here in New York City. So I'm like, that shit is easy, Chaz. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? He said, what are you talking about? I said, yo, that's my family. Chaz looked back he was like, because I was in the back seat. He had one of them brand new Lexus that came out. He said, your family? I said, yeah, that's my family, nigga. I call him up right now. He said, man, we've been trying to get in touch with KAYSLAY for months. And you just not telling me that family. I said, yo, you just not asking me. Watch this. Call K. I said, yo, K, what's going on? But see, I knew K didn't want to fuck with no Queens people. Because him and what's her name? DJ Clunham was beefing. And K was strictly Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx at the time. This is before 50 Cent. So I said to him, I said, you okay? He like, yo, what up? I said, man, I got this dude, Chaz. He want to meet you. He from Queens. He did that compilation album, Black Gangster. He said, yeah. He said, where you at? I said, we driving uptown, stuff like that. He said, bring him by the lab. Kay had the studio and the lab over there on 118th and First Avenue. Second floor, this apartment building up there that he did all his mixtapes, had all the shit in there. I got all the pictures right now of them and every artist that came to visit him up there. So I got a lot of those pictures. So I took Chad up there and I made the introduction. I thought the introduction was for this dude that Chaz had. And he had did an album on this dude. His name was not Graf, Shalom. Oh my God. He was Drake before Drake. That rapping and that singing shit like that, that kid Shalom was phenomenal. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he changed his name, became a producer, became a rapper, because he used to produce music too. Off the chain. So I thought we was going to bring Shalom up there and have K do his shit. But it wasn't him, it was Graf. So that's how Graf got music, got cool and got good in, got put in and put on through KAYSLAY, was because I the one who brought them to KAYSLAY. Last time I was on here, the message was going fast as fuck. I guess it slowed down, Skrilla one. Chocolate City Girl. They're not moving at all now. I guess everybody's getting sleepy. Oh, I've been on here for an hour. So KAYSLAY helped Graf get that first deal at Sony for like $800,000. For $800,000. That was Graf's first deal. KAYSLAY did the ludicrous shit. He was pushing a lot of artists, a lot of underground artists got they shot real quick. I remember I took Murder Mook and T-Rex up there with my man Pop, to the KAYSLAY show. I was able to do a lot of things for people. And when K got that name, Slap Your Favorite DJ, it was before he slapped the shit out of Joey IE up in one of the Sony meetings. It's like this, it's crazy. Yep, he slapped the shit out of Joey IE up in one of the Sony's meetings. Me and K went all over the country and everything like that. And he was a good dude. So for him to be missing and not here is strange. And, he was like a little nephew or a little brother. But we used to argue like motherfucking cats and dogs. It's just crazy. But the next day we'll be all right. Because, he's a, 5% of God and all like that God body. I'm strictly Jesus. The real Jesus. So we used to go get into it about that. And that was basically it. I miss him. Yeah, you never know that you was gonna miss somebody so much. And I wrote a whole story, stuff that you ain't hearing right now that's in the book. And that's the third book that I've done. And I hope you guys, I'm definitely gonna try to have it out by September the 17th. and I want y'all to really go in there. It's if you have my books, if you had the opportunity to go on Amazon and buy them, or you could get them signed copies from me. This is the second book, Life After Death from Bodyguard and Hip Hop Star. This is the first book, My World of Bodyguard and Hip Hop Star. I wrote every word in these books myself. You could go in this book and you can do the QR code, find pictures. I'm gonna do the same thing in the next book. There's gonna be a lot of pictures in the next book, a lot of pictures. So I basically want to thank y'all for continued supporting, and for anybody that's into the fashion thing. Kay had a line, and I've been paying for the last. I think he at 22. He passed. He left us. Was it 22? Yeah. And I still have all the shirts and sweatshirts from his clothing line. And I would love if somebody knows somebody or knew somebody that want to take all that shit off my line. Now, Skrilla, I can tell you the truth about that. They were cool. Wack and Slay was cool, but they was falling out. Slay was falling out with that nigga. And he did call him uh, while he was in the hospital. I got a text from him too, but because me and Kay was sick at the same time, he the one told me to go to the hospital. But he was falling out of interest with Wack because Wack was bringing a lot of beef to him with that whole internet shit, and Kay was catching a lot of flack behind that shit, and that's the God honest truth. Blue Sunshine, Honey Butter. I'm getting on the third book. Yes, yes. I'm on this part called Sue's Rendezvous, but I call it Rendezvous at Sue's. It's about Sue's Rendezvous, Cardi B, Gypsy, Diana, all the girls, and uh, just everything that had to do with the Sue's thing. But anyway, this has been a glad show. I'm glad we touched some bases on some things. I appreciate y'all for coming out. I'm past my bedtime. I know I am. So I want to see y'all tomorrow or the next day. And y'all take care. And it's been Big Gene. Peace.